Everybody likes chips and dip. Today, we're gonna put the salsa aside, and for chips, I'm sure we could do better than these. Anytime you have a family function or a big game day, salsa and chips is usually the traditional method. So today I'm going to be using a traditionally Italian ragu. It's a meat vegetable type sauce to make my dip for my chips. And for chips, I'm not using regular nachos or anything like that. I'm going to use a crostini, a garlic bread, Parmesan type crostini. Chips and dip, so let's get started. So I'm only going to need a few main ingredients. We're going to be using a couple of sticks of celery, cubed into small cubes. Also, small medium onion, cubed up small. Again, we want it to kind of blend into the salsa style dip. And a couple of small carrots, which I've peeled and diced into small cubes. And a couple of cloves of garlic, minced. And for tomatoes, you can use diced tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. It's up to you. I'm going to be using these San Marzano peeled tomatoes, which I'm just going to put into a bowl and crush up by hand until I can get a nice consistency. I want it kind of thick and clumpy to kind of blend into the sauce. Let's get the pot on the burner. About a tablespoon of olive oil. Good. Some pancetta. You don't have to use this. You can use it if you like. I think it brings good flavor. The pancetta is just an uncured Italian bacon. And just for good flavor too, again, just a little bit of unsalted butter. Just gonna let that render out a little bit and get semi-crispy, not super crispy. The pancetta is pretty much done. I want it a little crispy because we're gonna add that to the top. So I'm just gonna pull that up. We're gonna get the vegetables in here next. Okay. Celery, onions, and the carrots, all the diced vegetables that we had from earlier. We'll get the garlic on top because we don't want that to burn. And put this back on the stovetop. Okay, give that a stir. Well, for seasoning, I'm just going to use a little bit of salt. Remember, we can always add more, so we want to be light on the salt right now. And some black pepper. Some dry oregano. You don't want to use too much of this because it will overpower. Let this cook down a bit. I'm going to get in some of the tomato paste. Okay, maybe about a tablespoon or two in there. This will bring out a lot of that tomato flavor. We're going to let this cook for another 5 minutes or so before we pour in the sauce. Now everything's coming together here pretty good. The carrots still need quite a bit of time here, but that's okay. They're going to soften up in the sauce. So in the meantime, I'm going to get my ground meat in there. Now this is probably about 8 ounces of 80-20 beef. You can use hamburger meat if you have it. You can have pork meat, maybe some sausage meat. Really works good in here too. So we're just going to make sure we break all that up. We're going to brown this nicely. Okay, and all that flavoring from the pancetta, the butter, the oil, all the vegetables and seasoning, it's all going to get into this meat before we get the sauce going. You want to make sure you break it up into small pieces, small enough where it makes it easier to scoop with either chips or bread or whatever you're going to be using. All right, so the meat is all browned right now. It's nice and it's absorbing some of that liquid. So, and we don't have too much fat left over here, so that's good. We won't have too much oil to remove afterwards if it creates it. And let's get our crushed tomatoes in there now. Get a little bit of water in the can there, rinse that out. You don't want to lose any of that. So we're going to add a little bit more of the liquid in there. And if we need to, loosen it, we'll loosen it. But we want it kind of thick, almost like a Mexican chili. We're going to have to re-season here because we've added all that tomato. Get some more black pepper and some salt. Give that a stir. Okay, it's looking nice and chunky. It's great. That's just the way we want to see it here for the dip. I'm going to let this cook down for about a half hour to an hour. You can cook it longer if it's too soupy for you until you get that thick consistency. So now let's move on to the bagel chips. So for the chips, I'm using bagels. I've got sesame seed bagels that I picked up at the bakery, made nice and fresh. So we're going to use these. You could probably buy them at the supermarket already cut. I figured they were freshly cooked. Might as well use these. Give it a nice fresh flavor. You just want to take these and cut them into strips, like 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch. That's probably the best size. By doing it this way here, you can have bigger ones, you can have smaller ones. So So you get some round ones like this, and you have some larger ones. All right. So now I'm just gonna get them into the bowl here, so it'll be easier to season. I'm gonna add some dry seasoning here. This is just some dry parsley, a little bit of onion powder, some garlic, oregano. Again, not too much because it will overpower, but it brings out that Italian flavor that you like. Some olive oil. Okay, I want to add enough because it's going to absorb it. Make sure we get enough in there. Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese. And some Romano cheese, Pecorino Romano. So we want to make sure we have enough in there to flavor these. Then I'm just going to get in there and just toss them up, get them all coated. Might have to add a little bit more olive oil or seasoning, depending on how you like them coated. When we toast it, it's going to give that nice olive oil, garlicky, Italian style flavoring. We're just adding more and more flavor to our dip, our chips and dip, Italian style. I can eat this just like this, like a olive oil, seasoned olive oil and bread. I mean, that's a meal all on its own. Now I'm going to get these into the air fryer, and I preheated it at about 375 degrees for about 5 minutes just to get everything hot in there. We'll get these in there and toast them up for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're nice and crispy. Just going to spread them out, make sure we get nice color on as many as possible. Close it. In the Drio, I can hit the toast. 350 for 5 minutes. We'll start there. If I have to toast it more, we'll let it go another minute. It took about an hour to make the Bolognese sauce. I put it in a bowl just to let it cool, because as this thing cools, even cold in the fridge, it just gets better as it just keeps marinating and all those flavors keep absorbing. I took the bagel chips out of the air fryer, also let them cool. I mean, they're nice and crispy. I mean, beautiful chips. Again, you can buy them. You can toast them up yourself. That's fine. I just like making them this way because you have a little bit more control over the flavor and what you want to add to it, and get them as crispy as you like to. This stuff smells and tastes great. So I'm gonna get some into a bowl. And just a couple of spoonfuls here. Beautiful, just like that. And I'm gonna hit it with some cheese. Now you can use any cheese. You want cheddar, you want any cheese you like, it's fine. You can always melt it, put it in the microwave, put the bowl in the microwave for like 10 seconds. It'll melt that cheese. Or if you want to serve it hot, it'll definitely melt that cheese. I'm just gonna grate some of this Parmigiano-Reggiano on top. And I'm also gonna hit it with some Romano, some Pecorino Romano. Why not? We're just adding more flavor to the top here. It's only gonna get better. And now we're gonna throw some of these pancetta bits on there. But if you don't have pancetta, you can use bacon pieces already crisp up for you. Just pour some on top. Whatever makes it easier. When it's game day, you want quick, you want easy. The Bolognese sauce, you can make it a day ahead of time. Put it in the fridge, let it cool. If you want to reheat it a little bit in the microwave, you can. We'll serve it cold. It's fantastic. Goes on the bread, goes with pasta, whatever you want to use. It's going to be fantastic with. Put it on a pizza. Make a Bolognese pizza. Who wants salsa and chips when you can make Bolognese and chips with these bagel chips, Parmesan cheese, and olive oil and garlic? Oh, come on. I'm going in. Mmm. These are fantastic. Going in again. The vegetables come out, the olive oil, the pancetta comes out. How can you have something better than this? Hope you enjoyed this Bolognese dip with chips. If there's anything you want to add to it, let me know in the comments section. If you've made it or if you plan to make it, let me know. It's definitely worth trying. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.